Hello friends, this is C. Ayush Kedia, and today we are going to discuss the calculation of taxation as per different tax regimes. We'll be finding out an indifference point wherein if we have a certain amount of deductions and exemptions, we can avail the benefit of using old tax regime. Otherwise, the new tax regime will be beneficial to us. So we'll take different incomes like 7 lakh, 15 lakh, 25 lakh and 40 lakh to consider which regime will be beneficial to us, and therefore we'll discuss on case to case basis. Let's start. In all the different examples that I'm going to consider today, I'll be taking four different scenarios. The calculation under the old scheme for salary, old scheme for business, and the new scheme both existing and proposed. So let's start with the 7 lakh income group. So the income less standard deduction of 50,000 is 7 lakh rupees, which is being considered here in the example. We'll add back the standard deduction in the new regime which existed because the 50,000 standard deduction was not allowed earlier. In the proposed scheme, the same has been allowed and therefore the effect has not been taken here. The standard deduction is allowed only on salary. The business income is considered 7 lakh rupees only. Now we'll deduct the deductions which are available to us. Under the ATC, we are allowed 1,50,000 rupees for investments in LIC and other Sukanya Samriddhi schemes. Under ATCCD, the NPS is allowed up to 50,000 rupees. Under ATD, which is the health insurance policy and preventive health checkup, 25,000 rupees we are considering here. In the exemption part, we are calculating the HRA and LTA, and that is supposed to be 50,000 and 10,000 here for this example. And we arrive at the total income for taxation purpose, which is 4,15,000 for salary, 4,75,000 for business. Similarly, we have calculated the income for the new regimes also, and the tax which is calculated on these as per the slab rate. The rebate is allowed because the income is below 5 lakh rupees for the old regime in both these cases. In the new regime which exists, the income is 7 lakh 50,000 rupees, but currently only 5 lakh rupees has been considered for rebate. Therefore, no rebate has been provided and the tax comes to 39,000 rupees. But under the new proposed regime, the 7 lakh income is given full rebate that has been discussed in the budget, and therefore 25,000 rebate has been provided and zero tax is given here. So this was the 7 lakh discussion. Now we come to 15 lakh income discussion. In this, let us consider that the standard deduction is allowed. Everything remains the same from here on. We find that at the end, the tax calculated here comes to 1,84,000 rupees under the old scheme. For business, it is 2,02,000 rupees because here we do not have the HRA and LT exemptions. And under the new scheme, we find it is 1,56,000 rupees, which is lesser than the old regime. We'll change the scene here just by adding one more exemption, which is interest on housing loan. The interest on housing loan is allowed up to 2 lakh rupees, and both business and salaried person get 2 lakh rupees exemption here. We can claim only HRA or interest on housing loan, either one of the two. But for example, I have considered both. Even if we subtract 50,000 here, it won't make much of a difference. So now we see that the total tax under the old regime is lesser than the new regime, just because we have increased the exemptions and deductions total. So we find that in this case, we cannot say that any one regime is better. It depends on how much deductions or exemptions do we have in order to reduce our tax liability. Now we come to 25 lakh rupees. Again, we can find that if we take housing loan of 90,000 rupees and in 1,50,000 rupees the exemption for business user, we will find that it is the same in all the three cases. Why is it? If we total the deduction part and the exemption part here, we will find that it is 3,75,000 rupees. Let us consider again for 40 lakh individual. This is the income calculation for 40 lakh. And now we again find that if we consider total 3,75,000 rupees of deduction and exemption under the old regime, the tax under the old and new regime matches. Therefore, we reach at a point of indifference. If we have a total deduction and exemption of rupees 3,75,000 rupees or more, we can opt for old regime because that will give us a lesser tax burden. But if we have a exemption and deduction total of less than 3,75,000 rupees, when our income crosses 15 lakh rupees, in that case, the new regime will be better for us. So this was from my side, friends. I hope you like the video. If you like it, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel and share it. Thanks a lot. We'll be back soon with another content of this guy. Thank you.